Hi y'all, Crystal here from ChristaCoDesign. Today we're looking at a knit versus purl. Today I want to talk about the difference between a knit and a purl. You can see here on this blanket sample, this is the Bella Vita blanket, that the purl bumps stand out against the knits. And the border on this one is seed stitch, which is alternating purls and knit stitches. So when you do that in pattern and then you knit the purls and purl the knits, you get the beautiful seed stitch that you see here. So I really love the texture this creates when you do what's known as like a stockinette fabric, which is where you see all the knits, and then you add the texture with the purl bumps. Now if you look, this is one of those patterns that has a right side and a wrong side. So the back of the work is visibly much more purl bumps than the front because we have all this flat, all these knits. The back of those are purls, so you can see that here. Okay, so I am going to show you how to make a knit and how to make a purl and what the differences are when you make them. But first I just wanted to show you what they look like on the blanket. So the purl bump is this horizontal bar here. And the back of a purl is actually a knit stitch. Right here where my finger is, that's where the purl is. See how that's a knit? And that looks like these. The knit stitches lay flat and they have what we look for is called this V, where you have the two strands here that come out and they make a V shape here. That's how you tell the difference between a knit and a purl. Okay, so I think the tricky part is when you're first learning to knit and you cast on, that first row is a hot mess. It is hard to tell what you are seeing because it's so close to the needle. You're new, you don't know what you're looking at yet. So we're going to look at what they look like when it's the first row of your knitting. Now I've already cast on just a couple of stitches for you. You can use any cast on. I have 4 cast-ons that are really easy to learn that are great for beginners. I'll link up for you in the description if you need that. Okay, so the differences to making a knit and a purl are where you hold the yarn. I'm a continental knitter, so I hold the yarn in my left hand. The working yarn here is the yarn that's attached to the ball that you will use to knit. So to get started, we are going to also insert our needle differently. So to knit, we always insert our needle from the front to the back. We take the needle tip and we're going to insert it on the left side of this first leg here of the stitch. These are called the legs, the yarn strand there. So we're inserting the needle tip from the left side towards the back. I'm going under the other needle to the back of the yarn of the work. Now the yarn is back here, which is where we want the yarn for knitting when you're making a knit stitch. Wrap the yarn over around the needle, and then we're going to use the needle to pull that strand of yarn through the stitch and up to the front. We slide it off and we have knit our first stitch. Now it is the end stitch, the first stitch, so it has a lot more looseness to it than your other stitches will be because we haven't trapped it in yet. But here's your V, there's your knit there. Okay, so I'm going to pull that a little tight since it's my first stitch and I know. Now I'm going to make a purl stitch. To make a purl, I move the yarn to the front, in front of the needle, in front of my work. I'm going to move it down with my fingers so you can see. And unlike a knit stitch where I insert my needle this way, for the purl, we're going to have the needles facing each other, and you're going to go from the right side of the leg with the needle to the left, needle tip pointed to the left like that, through that stitch. Now we're going to yarn over the same way for a purl, goes over the top of the needle. You grab it with the needle, scoop it through. Okay, then we slide it off onto our right hand needle, and you see that horizontal bar there. That's going to be on the front of our work, showing our purl. Now if you'll notice when I pull it up like that, we see something that looks a lot like the knit stitch in the V. That's because we're seeing the back of the purl stitch. So when I turn around, you're going to see the back of the purl is a knit. And this becomes much more obvious the more rows you work, the more stitches you have. So let's do that a couple more times. So to knit, where do I put my needle? Bring it to the front, go in from the left side of the leg to the right towards the back, yarn over, scoop that yarn through, slide off my knit stitch. Again, first row, this is a really big open stitch. It's very hard even to see the V. So I'm almost identifying the knit here as just lacking the bump, right? Because that's the more distinct looking feature there. So let's go to purl the next one. So where do I have to bring the yarn? To the front for purling, in front of the needle. And then my needles are going to go this direction, pointing towards each other. So I'm going to go from the right side of the yarn, the stitch here, through that leg, yarn over, scoop it through, slide it off, and there's my purl bump. And now my knit stitch is trapped in, locked in there a little bit more because I made a stitch in the next one, so I can tell. So on my first row, it's really hard to see my knits, much easier to see my purls. Okay, so I'm going to knit the last stitch. And then that last one is giant because again, the end stitches are really loose. They're not trapped in. So I'm really pulling my yarn tight there to tighten that up some. Once I turn and work my next stitch, it will tighten that stitch up a little bit. Again, we have just the really big open looking knit stitch. Okay, so when I turn, I have a knit here, so I'm going to see a purl on the back. Here I have a purl in the second to last stitch. When I turn on this stitch, I'm going to see a knit, which again, still very hard to see on our first row there. Next to it is the purl bump. So when I turn it back this way, there should be a knit here because the front is a knit, the back of a knit is a purl bump. If the front is a purl, then the back of the purl is going to be a knit stitch. So in keeping with seed stitch, we'll go ahead and knit on top of the purls and purl on top of the knits, just so you can see how those stack up there. Okay, so we knit the first one, so you see the horizontal bar here indicating a purl below it, a knit on top. Knit here, purl bump on top. So here, my knit stitch is almost getting swallowed up by the purl bump and the looseness of the live stitch on the needle. So if I pull it down, then I can see that I have a knit here. There's my knit stitch, there's my purl. Those are the ones that are tricky. The first row, because you can't tell what's going on with the cast on there, and just the new stitches. And then as you go, your knit has more drape than your purl, so it's curling in there and being covered up. So, and then your end stitches, you have to really turn to the side and you can see your V on the knits. So since I only have 5 stitches, I'm going to work up a couple more rows, again doing a knit in a purl and then a purl in a knit. There's my purl bump, so I knit, whoops. Okay, so you see our texture starting to work up there. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. And then when you turn, you have a purl, so you start with a knit, knit stitch, purl, purl. So we'll make a knit, there's a knit there, we purl, and then knit in the last. Okay, so you see our texture is working up just like our seed stitch texture here. So seed stitch is great for learning the difference between a knit and a purl. Another common one for beginners to learn is the rib or ribbing stitch. And it can be a 1x1 ribbing, a 2x2 ribbing. There's lots of different kinds of ribbing. And in that stitch, you are making a stretchy stitch and you're stacking your knits and your purls. Seed stitch, we were doing opposite. If I had a purl, I would knit. If I had a knit, I would purl. So for ribbing, if I have a purl here, then I will purl again. If I have a knit here, then I will knit again. Purl, knit the knit, purl. So now you can see the difference. When you have a knit on a knit, it's easier to see the knits. Purl, bar. Again, our end stitches are crazy, so those aren't the easiest to see here. Purl, bump, knits, purl, knits. So when I turn here, it's going to be the opposite. Knits, purl, knits, purl, knits. So then I'll just do a little bit more, another knit in the knit, a purl in the purl. So you can see the columns of knit will start to stand out. On this side, you have 2 columns of knit and 3 purl. Okay, so that's pretty much the difference between the stitches and how you make them. You know, if you do just all knits, you're going to get that super simple, everybody loves it, garter stitch that is gorgeous in chunky yarn. So you just knit every stitch, and you turn and knit every stitch. And even though you're doing, so when we do all knits, we turn, we're looking at the purl bumps. So then we're knitting again. So then you have like interlocking is how that looks. I like to think of that because you've got those knit loops grabbing each other and making that distinct garter stitch look. And you can keep doing that, and they kind of group themselves in twos, garter stitches, thoughtful like that, because it can be hard to count if you don't know that. So if you have rows and rows of garter stitch and you need to count for some reason for your pattern, then one thing you can do is to remember that they group themselves in twos, so you can count by 2. I'll show you in a second here when I have that. So there you go. See how that has made a little interlocking line there? And then we have another one up here. So when we see this, I'm going to count that as 2 rows, and then I'm going to count that as 2 rows. Same thing on the other side, you can see they're interlocking. And that's a great thing about garter stitch. It's the same on both sides. So if you need that, a super simple stitch that looks the same on both sides, the garter stitch is your stitch. Okay, so pop your questions in the comments about what the difference is between a knit and a purl. What did I forget to cover? Let me know and I will try to answer them there. Thanks so much. Be sure to stop by the blog, ChristaCoDesign.com, for more knitting tutorials and patterns.